pound of weed and a bag of gold. I get robbed of all my sleep as my thoughts begin to leave. I let go, but I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how, but I need to now.
Run around, throwing that dirt all on my name. Cause you knew that I'd call you up. You would go around every party in LA. Cause you knew that I'd be at one. Oh, I know that trust is coming, I feel regret. Got me thinking back when you were mine. Now I'm all up on you, what you expect? Should I come in home with me tonight? You just want attention, you don't want my heart. Baby, you just hit that for me with someone else. Yeah, you just want attention, I knew from the start. You're just making sure I'm right in everybody. You just want attention, you don't want my heart. Baby, you just hit that for me with someone else. Yeah, you just want attention.
Y'all think anybody's gonna make any moves today on National Signing Day? Any big moves going on out there? I need to change the name of it. It's not really National Signing Day anymore. That's in December.
Throwing that dirt all on my name. Cause you knew that I'd call you up. Baby, nowhere, right here, standing face to face. You already know that you are. Oh, I know that stress is gone. Regret, got me thinking back when you were mine. I won't pull up on what you expect. Should I come in home with me tonight? You just want attention, you don't want my heart. Baby, you just hit that for me with someone else. Yeah, you just want attention, running from the stress. You're just making sure I'm back in everything. You just want attention, you don't want my heart. Baby, you just hit that for me with someone else.
dance by the water neath the Mexican sky. Drink some margaritas by a string of blue lights. Listen to the mariachi play at midnight.
Did they really make a remix out of a country song? What the hell's going on? I don't think I've ever heard such a thing.
I wanna dance by the water neath the Mexican sky. Drink some margaritas by a string of blue lights.
This might be the worst song I've ever heard.
Listen to the mariachi play at midnight. Are you with me? Are you with me?
What in the hell? It's funny too. This whatever this thing is that I'm listening to here, it's some playlist. Anyway, the damn thing plays 24 hours a day. There's a bunch of them that do this. I don't know who runs these things and how, or even how they make any money since it's all copyrighted. Someone's got to be running these channels. But yeah, 24 hours a day this runs. I guess when you run the thing for 24 hours a day, eventually you got to have some kind of shit song on there like this one. It's pathetic.
Pathetic! You are pathetic!
Drink some margaritas by a string of blue lights. Listen to the mariachi play at midnight. Are you with me? Are you with me? I wanna dance by the water neath the Mexican
Palate cleanser.
Drink some margaritas by a string of blue lights.
How many of you guys, well, I know most of you, I saw you in there last night, the ACC show last night. Oh my God.
Are you with me? Are you with me?
Poor Sea Dog. We couldn't even go through the Georgia Tech schedule because he got too mad. What's up, Raj? He brought it on himself. Well, yeah, this is the worst song I've ever heard. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, the past few weeks, you're right, Nature Boy. The ACC show has been, as the kids say, lit. Last night's was one for the ages. I thought Sea Dog's gonna have a heart attack or something. He started crying. Well, I don't think he actually cried, but he was triggered though, wasn't he? Yeah, Raj, this is the worst song ever conceived. I don't know whose idea it was to first of all, the actual regular song is terrible. So I don't know why you take a terrible song and try to remix it. Or what do they call that? It's remix, isn't it? I don't know what they call it. When you make it into a techno deal. Whatever, a mashup? I don't know what it is. Rave jam. Hey, is that still a thing? I mean, that was a thing big time whenever I was a teenager and in my 20s. You know, that was when raves were at their peak. Is that still a thing? Do they still have raves, or is it just called something different now? Oh, so Brady finally did announce his retirement? That's interesting. I figure without that nagging wife around, he might come back for one more year. Yeah, I went to a couple raves. I didn't have no pacifier, though. Or baby bottle either. It's Molly now with these kids. Well, same difference. But I know there's DJs, I mean, that's all they would do is just travel around the country doing raves and make a living. You know what I mean? I don't know. Is that still a thing? Like these EDM DJs that are like famous in that world? Not commercially famous, but famous in that rave world. Yeah, X and orange juice. And Vicks Vapo Rub inhalers, or Vicks inhalers, whatever the hell they're called. That was the thing too. Glow sticks in their ass. Is Dabo getting any other players today? Does anybody know? Timmy, I don't know. Here, let me start the show. That's a good question. It's a very good question, and I don't know the answer to it. I do know that at 1:30 this afternoon, they're going to have their first press conference with Dabo Swinney and Garrett Riley. I asked that question yesterday on that video if anybody knew of any late signees that Clemson was supposed to get today, or that there was rumors that they might get or whatever, and I didn't get any answers on it. So I'm assuming that Clemson's done for the year, as a lot of teams are. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the Midday Show, the show about anything, everything, and, of course, football. Kind of a buzzkill having National Signing Day just be such a bust every year now. I don't even know why they have 2 signing periods. It's silly. And I 100% agree with Dabo Swinney, too. And I think most coaches probably do. There shouldn't be a signing day. There should be a deadline. But having an actual signing day is silly. These kids, if they want to sign in August, they should be able to sign in August. This whole I'm committed. Well, if you're committed and you want to sign, the guy should be able to sign if he wants to sign. It would make it a lot easier for the coaching staff with recruiting and crunching numbers. It's fair to the player if they made their decision. Telling a player, like trying to police their decisions, and the world that we live in today, where nobody cares about the player, they only care about making the money. Well, now we got the NIL, now we got the transfers. They're making it more and more player centric for the players to make their own decisions, but they can't make their own decision about when they sign, which is silly. So instead, we have these dumbass signing days. Well, I guess the one in December is not necessarily a dumbass signing day, because that's when 99% of the people sign. This is a dumbass signing day, though. And they still call it National Signing Day when it's not. So stop calling it that. Let's rename it. Something more practical. Yeah, December's a terrible time to have signing day. The football season's still going on. I mean, what the hell? Dabo wants these kids to sign on a whim to get them locked in. No, it has more to do with timing. December's a terrible time for signing day. There's bowl games going on. There's people preparing for playoff games. I mean, but you've got your coaching staff running around 24/7 while they're trying to coach football and also wrap up their final recruiting. It just it doesn't make any sense logistically or rationally. Pill parties are still a thing, pretty scary. My daughter still attends them, but doesn't partake. Thank goodness. Can you even imagine? These kids are just crazy. Yeah, I didn't even know. I don't know what kind of pills you're talking about. That is scary, yeah, because I have a teenage son. And, you know, on a serious note, I was having this conversation with my dad a couple of weeks ago. The drug scene is scary these days for kids. You know, whenever we were young, whenever we were teenagers in our 20s, in our partying ages and whatnot, yeah, okay, it might be a little bit dangerous to take something, no matter what kind of drug it is, but we never really worried about dying, right? These days, you don't know what the hell with the fentanyl. It terrifies me. I mean, this is the kind of shit that keeps you awake at night. That my kid is going to go to a party or go to somebody's house, and they're going to be passing around something that they think is ecstasy or Molly or whatever, and it's really fentanyl, and it's just terrifying. It's terrifying. What's up, Jamie? Let's see who's in the chat here real quick. Then we'll get to the show. I really wish that there was more to talk about as far as the signing day, but it's just kind of a dud. If anybody, I'll pull it up and see if there's any news as far as the signing day goes. I'm sure somebody's had to have signed somebody important. I don't know. Well, Kevron Harris, what's up, buddy? Matt Dummett, the Nature Boy. Ultra Magadog. Rack Dog, Jeremy Garrettson, what's up, buddy? Rick, Alex, Raj, Wet Blanket. I already said Alex. Jeff. He says, we love you, Peter, here in St. Louis. Keep rocking. Well, thank you. I love you, too. What's up, Timmy? VicTube Productions. What's up, Ferris? Gold and Blue Kevin. Tom Brady's not staying retired for more than 30 days. He couldn't do it last year. He won't this year. I do think he probably will stay retired this time. He's got whatever that crazy ass deal. He's going to make more money on Monday Night Football than he ever made in a single year playing football. He's been making like almost $40 million a year, I think, calling games. Yeah, and yeah, I think I'd be surprised if he unretired. I guess I wouldn't be that surprised. It is Tom Brady, and the guy seems like he just never, is never going to go away. But we were having this conversation. You remember a couple months ago, we were having the conversation about Tom Brady, the way that he looks like he's, how presidents, when they go into office and they come out 4 years later or 8 years later, they look like they've aged 30 years. That's Tom Brady since he's been with the Bucs. Since he left New England, he looks like he's aged about 30 years. And he really looks like he's aged about 20 years in the past 2. Face is all sunk in. I don't know. He doesn't look well. Does he? I don't think he does. I don't think he looks well.
I don't feel well.
I don't know if maybe that divorce took a toll on him. What's up, Colby? I hope he stays retired. I don't know. Is Tom Brady really that big of a threat anymore? I don't think. I mean, I'm surprised he lasted this long without just falling apart. Remember that last year of when Peyton Manning was with the Broncos? They actually won it. Well, in 2015, that's when they beat the Panthers in the Super Bowl. But that was a defensive team. That was one of the greatest defenses in my lifetime. That Broncos defense in 2015 was just nasty. But anyway, Peyton Manning couldn't even throw the ball 15 yards. No joke. He couldn't throw the ball more than 15 yards. Physically. That's how much of a wall that he had hit. It happens quick, and especially at that position. You just hit a wall. And I think Brady he's If he hadn't hit that wall, his face is right up against it. Figuratively and literally. You might have lost so much in crypto. Crypto. Jesus. Yeah, well, he doesn't have any money problems. That's for sure. I wonder if Giselle has to pay him alimony. She made more money. She was worth more money than him. She's worth almost $1 billion, I think. Hey, look at this. It's a Volusia Orange sighting. Oh, look at that. Well, at least now we know that you're not in some kind of a concentration camp. All right, let's take a look here. Let me see if I can find anything. And then I'll read the news for a minute, but let's see here. National Signing Day. Today's happy February 1st to everybody too. You know what tomorrow is? Does anybody know what tomorrow is? I want to see the first person type it in chat. That's it. Ding, 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 ding. VicTube got it. Yeah, tomorrow is indeed Groundhog Day. Guess what else is tomorrow? Yeah, it's my wedding anniversary. Yeah, we were married on Groundhog Day. Thank you, Sandstorm Show. What's up, buddy? He says, what's up? Brady will be a 49er next week. Damn, next week? He's only going to retire for a week? February the 2nd is indeed Groundhog Day. It's also my wedding anniversary. 16 long years. And I say long, I'm talking about for her. Can you imagine having to live with me and be married to me for 16 years? That woman's a saint. I can hardly live with myself. What was I looking up here? Oh, yeah, National Signing Day here. Oh, that's basketball. That's basketball. Why did my kid just walk in here? What's going on? Yeah, my kid just... Well, apparently the kids got out of school early today. Kid just walked in here. I'm like, what? Yeah, I can't find anything on here. Yes, thank you. Yeah, we're gonna go stay downtown with Charleston where we got married on Saturday night. Go out to eat and do what married people do, you know what I mean? All right, let's we'll get to the news here. Let's just read the news. Signing day is a big time bust. What a flop. What a bummer.
Breaking news from the PigskinPeete YouTube channel.
Somebody remind me, because I have a very, very short memory, that at the end of this news segment, what? The hell is that music coming from? I have no idea where that music's coming from. I have no clue. Is it this? No? Yes? Jesus Christ. Top Golf commercial. Oh, we just got a Top Golf here. As a matter of fact, I told you we went to the Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock show last Friday. Well, apparently, it's right across from the venue, from the Coliseum where they performed. Apparently, Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock went to Top Golf the night before. A bunch of people saw him there. Oh yeah, but remind me at the end of this thing. I'm gonna see if I can pull up on YouTube. They've got to have some sort of live stream going with this comet. I want to see if somebody's live streaming the comet. The green comet is what they're calling it. It comes every 50,000 years. Watch the green comet make its first approach on Earth in 50,000 years with its free webcast. Okay. So here's the chart. Wow. Well, could you have made a more complicated chart than this, please? I mean, what the hell? This is the most confusing chart I've ever seen. So there's the moon. Right there, it says the moon. Where's the comet? Is it that it? That red line? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll just pull it up on YouTube and watch the actual comet instead of the stupid chart. Comet C/2022 E3 ZTF is making its closest pass by Earth, and you can watch it pass by for free without even stepping outside. No, you can't. You can take it from me. In order to see the comet, you definitely have to step outside. They're lying. No one's ever said, I sat inside my house last night and gazed at the stars. It was beautiful. No. Yeah. All right. So I'm beating a dead horse with this comment here. I do want to pull up and see if there's a video of it, like the live feed of it, though, when I'm done with this news. Alabama football's Nick Saban should be quiet on National Signing Day. What? Nick Saban should be quiet on National Signing Day. Why should Nick Saban be quiet? I don't know who's writing these articles. I'm telling you. That's not even a good... The only reason I clicked on it is because it's Nick Saban and it's Alabama, right? But if I'm just the average Smo going through Yahoo News, that title is not begging for me to click it. It doesn't even make any sense. Wednesday is National Signing Day for Alabama football and many other programs. The real signing day was on December 21st, 2022. Yes, we know that. That's become a reality for much of college football. The early signing period is when many of the nation's top recruits that provide top recruits signed. That proved true for Nick Saban's signing day haul. In particular, for 2023, the Crimson Tide signed 28 players in the early spring period that spanned from December 21st through 23rd. That means that National Signing Day is really just putting the finishing touches on some classes, while some won't be changed. The Crimson Tide are expected to be the latter. So it looks like Alabama's done too. Scholarship limits 85. Well, that's not entirely true because there is, because of the COVID year, some teams have more than 85 scholarships. But yes, there have been 15 scholarship players who have transferred out. There have been 13 have announced plans to enter the 2023 NFL Draft. That's 28. Known exits with 30 players added. So there's a net +2. So they got two. Oh, that's not good. They got too many players. There is no longer a limit on signees in a class, but teams still must adhere to the 85 scholarship limit. So looks like Alabama's one of those teams that has they got too many. They got too many. What do you do then? Got to make some tough decisions, I guess. I don't. What do you do if you have too many? What do you do if you have too many? You got to take somebody off a scholarship, or cut somebody, or I don't know. %40 of Bama players will transfer anyway. Oh, gray shirt. Yeah, I guess that's the answer. Golden Blue Dude says, cut his ass. Damn. You are brutal this morning. Pilot accused of buzzing Horsetooth Reservoir boaters face charges. May have left the country. Now this sounds interesting. The pilot accused of buzzing boaters on Horsetooth Reservoir before crashing in September faces multiple charges. Jesus Christ, man. Shortly after witnesses described a plane buzzing boaters, the plane crashed just west of the reservoir. Larimer County Park Rangers located the damaged plane. Investigators learned that Ahmed El Qadah. I'm gonna look. That joke writes itself. I'm not gonna go any further than the pilot's name was Ahmed El Qadah. Okay, was piloting the plane at the time, according to Monday afternoon news release from the sheriff's office. El Qadah and his brother sustained minor injuries in the crash that left the plane severely damaged. It took 10 hours to disassemble the plane and remove it from public recreation area. A LinkedIn account appearing to belong to El Qadah said he was an airline pilot with Journeys Aviation Inc. of Boulder. According to the National Transportation Safety Board, El Qadah's brother, who is a flight instructor on board, well, he's a pretty bad flight instructor, made differing and conflicting statements. The first statement was that there was an engine malfunction, and to avoid landing on the water or impacting boats on the surface, he elected to make a climbing right turn to the west, away from the lake. And the airplane subsequently impacted rising terrain. So he ran into a mountain, is what he meant. Rising terrain. No, the terrain's not rising. It's already been risen, like 1 million years ago. In a written statement provided by the flight instructor, he stated the power had been reduced to see more of the scenery. Shortly thereafter, the pilot flying, later identified as El Qadah, who the report states was also a certified pilot. Certificated? Is that a word? I'm being serious here. I know I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I'm definitely not an idiot. Certificated? CERTIFICATDE or TED. Certificated. The stream is always one verbal slip from being canceled. Well, look, I've made it this far somehow. Pronoun crap. That's not a word. I'm sorry. I'm making the executive decision here to say that certificated is not a word. Certified, yes, that is a word. Told him he could not climb due to a jammed elevator. The flight instructor stated that he could only control the airplane through the use of trim and power manipulation. To avoid congested areas, he said, they maneuvered to the reservoir and attempted to free the jammed elevator by wiggling the flight control in and out. I have no idea what any of this means, by the way. This is plain talk. I don't know what the elevator is. Whatever the flight, wiggling the flight control in and out, I don't know what that is. Anyway, which resulted in the airplane pitching down. He stated after adding the power to and retrimming the airplane, he elected to fly west into the valley to look for a landing area. Yeah, the damn mountain got in the way. Yeah, it's a word, it's a verb. Well. Certificated. Even if it is a word, I don't think it was properly used in this context, but whatever. I'm no English teacher. A review of flight track data revealed the airplane did not descend as described in the written statement. Witnesses' statements, photos, and video footage also showed the plane flying recklessly towards several of the boats. These men were out here just joyriding in an airplane like a couple of teenagers in a sports car or something. Buzzing boats, flying into the side of mountains. Sheriff's Office investigators contacted the Federal Bureau of Investigation. They called the FBI on these jabronis to determine if the pilot's actions met the criteria for federal charges. Damn, they're really mad at this guy. Did anybody get hurt? The agency said it did not. So the FBI told the FBI told the sheriff's office to go.
Yeah, you can go fuck yourself.
FBI, yeah, but ring, FBI. Yeah, we wonder if this El Kada guy. I'm sure you've heard of him. He flew into a mountain here, right next to a lake. We were wondering if we could bring him up on federal charges.
Yeah, you can go fuck yourself.
Have a good day. A warrant was issued for El Kada's arrest, but investigators received information that he left the country shortly after the incident and has not returned. Oh, I hate when that happens. Man crashed a plane and fled the country. Bro. Here's a still picture here of the plane. I guess this is taken from one of the boats. So that's how close he was to the boat. Gee. Any open containers? Probably. Yeah, I'll check the private chat whenever I go on StreamYard. I'm not on there right now. I'm reading the news. Sorry. Israel refills the Sea of Galilee. How do you refill an ocean? What? Hold on now. Now, I'm definitely clicking on that. That's a clickbait title if I ever saw one. I don't like the way this thing's written, though. So here's the Cliff's Notes. Here's the story. Israel is saving its main freshwater reservoir from the effects of climate change. So Israel built a chain of desalination plants along the Mediterranean coast. They turn seawater into fresh water to refill the lake when the water gets there. So that answers their question. So they're taking seawater, desalinating it, and using that water to replenish a lake. So that's the story. That's all I really wanted to know is how they were doing it. And so that's it. A Chinese food blogger was fined $18,500 after cooking and eating a great white shark. Oh, I'm clicking on that. What the hell kind of picture is that? What? Look at that. This man had his daughter lay down next to a dead shark. What the hell? People are weird, man. A blogger was fined $18,514 after illegally buying and eating a great white shark. Illegally? Like, where do you even... Like, there's a black market for everything, right? If you want anything that you want that's illegal, there's a black market for it, right? But like, how do you even go about finding somebody to sell you a great white shark illegally? Like, hey, does anybody know a guy? Anybody know where I can get a great white at? Yeah, I know a guy. I'll give you his number. How much is it going to cost me? I don't know. How much you want? The whole shark? Yeah. What are you going to do with it? I'm going to eat it. Great white shark tastes like catfish. I know that's a big thing, like over there in Japan and everything, like shark fin soup. I think somebody even might have said that. Yeah, they want the shark fins. I don't have a problem with eating things, but the whole thing, if they catch these sharks and just cut their fins off and then trash the rest of them, that's not good. You know what I mean? If you're going to kill the animal and to eat it, at least eat. They eat more than just the fin. The blogger, identified by officials as Jin, Jin, and known as TZ in her videos, broke wildlife protection laws in China when she bought and consumed the shark on April of 2022. Officials in the southwestern Chinese province of Sichuan. I'm sure Evolution knows where that is. Insider previously reported that blogger in question is well known for posting mukbang videos. Ding, 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 ding. There's your culprit. The things that these kids will do for mukbang videos. Like that one. Do you remember that mukbang video we watched? With the octopus and the octopus. This lady, I say lady, more like a girl. I don't know. She couldn't have been more than 15 years old, or at least that's the way she looked. She was eating an octopus while it was still alive, and the damn thing fought back, and it stuck its tentacles on her eyeball, and just about ripped her friggin' eye out of her head. The things that these kids will do for these mukbang videos. She had previously streamed herself eating crocodiles and ostriches. Jesus Christ, and had 7.8 million followers on TikTok. Or the Chinese version of TikTok, which is called Douyin. 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 According to the media outlet, Jin paid 7,700 won, or $1,141 to buy the shark. So there you go. Now we have a baseline price. If you're looking for a shark on the black market, a white shark on the black market will cost you approximately 1,141 American dollars, or 7,700 won. Just in case you were wondering. I know I was very curious how much it would cost to buy a shark on the black market, so that answered my question. The video shows her picking up a roughly 6 foot 6 inch shark from a store. There's a shark store? I thought she would have had to do this like a back alley deal. Like, can you get me a shark? Yeah, I'll talk to my buddy. We'll see if we can catch one for you. How much is it going to cost me? 7,700 won. But this thing says that she went into a store and bought this shark. Volusia, have you ever been into a store in China and seen sharks for sale? No. Okay. He says no. The video went viral in China, but was swiftly met with backlash. Great white sharks are considered a vulnerable species with a high risk of extinction in the wild. I don't think that's true anymore. At least not in this part of the world. It's not. I don't know what they're doing over there in that part of they might be overfishing and killing a lot of sharks over there. I don't know. But so whatever, just in the past 20 years, with all of the different laws that do protect sharks, especially those kind of sharks like white sharks, the populations up and down the eastern and western seaboard of the United States and Mexico have exploded. There's way more sharks off the coast of the United States now than there was 20 years ago. Way more. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. I guess it's a good thing. I don't have any problem with sharks. As long as they're not gnawing on my leg, I don't have a problem with them. They're also legally protected in China. Illegal possession and the unlawful trade of wildlife products in China can lead to fines or prison sentence. Yeah, I don't think that's probably the same here. I don't know. I don't even know, if because people catch sharks all the time, maybe like offshore fishing right off the coast of South Carolina and every other state. But I'm just using South Carolina as an example because that's where I live. So if I was to catch a white shark while I was out fishing, I know what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to just release it if you catch it. You're not supposed to do anything with it. But let's say I don't. Let's say I break the law. Let's say I want to do like this yin person, and I want to bring the shark home and eat it. If I were to get caught with a shark, a great white shark illegally in the United States, what would my punishment be? What would the charge be? I guess it'd be some sort of a wildlife. Hell, I don't know. Alligator's good. Alligator's great. I've had it many, many times. On February 2020, China launched an immediate ban on buying, selling, and eating of wild animals. The ban was Hey, y'all see what date that is? Y'all see what date that is, right? February of 2020. China launched an immediate ban on the buying, selling, and eating of wild animals. $10,000 or a year in prison. That sounds about right. Ban was introduced during the start of the COVID-19 pandemic to prevent the spread of zoonotic diseases, which is not what COVID is, but whatever. I'm not going to even get into that. That definitely will go down the wrong road with that one. This led to a crackdown and harsher punishments for influencers streaming mukbang videos involving endangered animals. An insider previously reported on May 2021, a food blogger from Hainan was detained for reportedly eating an endangered sea snail. What? An endangered sea snail. Which is just, I think, isn't escargot, isn't that sea snail? Right? It is. Anybody ever had that? Escargot? Frog legs are good as hell. I've actually never had snail, but that's not because I wouldn't eat. I would definitely try it. I just haven't been in a situation to eat it. Out of all the endangered species you could eat, why a sea snail? Because I think they taste good. I think it's like a delicacy, you know. There you guys have it. So this young lady is in big trouble. She's in big trouble in Little China. Big Trouble, Little China. That's a great. How many people? I know the people my age have seen that movie. Big Trouble, Little China. Talk about a great movie. Classic, son. Classic. Brave, curious otters face off with deadly spitting cobra in viral video. Well, you done got me there. Let's see. Let's see. An otter and a cobra. So there's the cobra. You see the cobra on the deal on the shore. Now these otters, they could, like, the cobra doesn't want nothing to do. What are they doing? They're fucking with it. What? Otters are weird, man. They're like little dogs that swim, basically. They're like water dogs. That's it? Oh, jeez. What a crappy video that was. Sold us a bill of goods. Otters. How to tell if the rock you found is a meteorite. So the flat earthers have gone to a whole new level now. Well, first of all, I don't know if you can go any further of a level than the Earth being flat. I think that's the pinnacle. But they have all these crazy theories that try to support their dumbass flat Earth theory. And of course, one of the things is that space is fake. And so there's no such thing as asteroids or comets or meteorites. So if you found a meteorite like in this picture here, a flat earther would tell you that didn't come from space. I'm not shitting you either. You fucking idiots think the moon is floating right above the Earth inside of our atmosphere. And the sun, too. The sun, too. Watching them try to explain this shit is like, I mean, you talk about talent. The mental gymnastics that you have to do to explain how the Earth is flat is fascinating to me. Fascinating. This one guy I saw, he was trying to explain how the sun is, they think the sun and the moon is local, right? So it's like hovering right above the Earth, like a spot, like a flashlight. And he goes, you ever been in a plane before? And you look out the plane window and the sun is below you? How is that possible? Oh, God. Friggin' idiots. Yeah, real life Truman Show. Jackson sentenced to 10 to 30 years for domestic violence. Damn, he must have beat the hell out of her. 10, 30 years. Jeez. Giselle Bündchen poses in a see-through dress for another photo shoot 3 months after Tom Brady divorced. She had a see-through dress on? I find that hard to believe. No, there's the picture. Oh, yeah. You can see her boobs. But they put little blurbs over it, so you can't see it. So, yeah. Washington Huskies offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb will not join Alabama staff after meeting with Nick. Now, has anybody noticed anything on this feed? Every college football story is about Alabama or Nick Saban. Every one of them. Hold on, let's count them. One, I know I just passed another one a minute ago. Where is it? 2, 3, 4. All right, so there's one college football related story that's not just about Alabama and Nick Saban. The other 4 are only about Alabama. What is going on with that? They're based. What's up, Sir UGA? Luke, Christian. Brady will be in a Chicago uniform next year. No, he won't be in any uniform next year. He announced his retirement, apparently. Let's see if there's any news on that. Let's look up Tom Brady. Tom Brady's new girlfriend. Oh, he's got a new girlfriend? Well, Gisele's banging the jiu-jitsu instructor, so I guess it's okay for him to have a girlfriend already. Tom Brady retires again. What now? Well, nothing. That's what now. So it looks like did he put out a video like announcing it? Look at this man. I'm telling you, we're about the same age. He looks 15, 20 years older than me. And I've been abusing my body for 20 years with alcohol and whatever else. I guess he doesn't put out or maybe he did. Let's see what this is.
Guys, I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring for good. I know the process was a pretty big deal last time, so when I woke up this morning, I figured I'd just press record and let you guys know first. So I won't be long-winded. I think you only get one super emotional retirement essay, and I used mine up last year. So really thank you guys so much, to every single one of you, for supporting me, my family, my friends, my teammates.
I'm about to cry. He's about to cry, or he is crying.
I could go on forever. There's too many. Thank you guys for allowing me to live my absolute dream. I wouldn't change a thing. Love you all.
Well, there you go. The greatest of all time, whether you like it or not, is officially retired. According to him, he's retiring for good, he says. Quote unquote. So, I believe him. Which sports figure has retired the most times? I know the answer to it already. I'll tell you. Does anybody know? I mean, I think I know the actual real answer to it. Which mega sports star has retired the most times in their career? Favre's a good answer. I don't think it's Favre, though. Yes, ding, 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 Colby, Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather's he's retired at least 10 times, right? I'm not even joking. I know Favre's a good answer, though. Gretzky. Yeah. Michael Jordan's another good one. Yeah, but Jordan retired like 3 times. At least. Well, he retired to go play baseball. Then he retired from baseball. Then he came back to the NBA, but just not to Chicago, to Washington. Then didn't he retire again after Washington, and then like a year later was back on the Bulls? Is that how it went? Jenna Jameson. She retired? I think Jordan retired 3 times, I think. Yeah. Pete says he retired from the Bulls twice and came back to Washington. Did he not go back to Chicago after Washington at some point for like a season? Or am I getting that wrong? It's been so long. Jenna Jameis has switched positions more than anyone in his. Oh, yeah. David Hasselhoff? Evel Knievel? His last season was in Washington. I don't know why I thought he would ended up coming back to Chicago. I guess I was wrong. Might be getting him mixed up with somebody else. Yes, Urban Meyer's a good one too. This is a fun game. How many times people have retired? Urban Meyer's retired 3 times. Yeah, played for Washington from 01 to 03. How many fake heart attacks did he have? Well, I think he had one fake heart attack, and then he had I don't even know what that last one was. I think it was a fake aneurysm. It was something. The first time it was a heart attack. This time it was something with his head. You know, of course, it always flared up when they were losing football games. You know, well, that's a hell of a sickness. Hey, so what are your symptoms? Well, every time we lose a football game, I almost die. Yeah, you might want to retire, buddy. It's all in your head. There's no medicine for that. Yeah, we can't hook an IV up to you and fix that, buddy. You just need to start either winning football games or retire. Yeah, brain cyst. Right. Yeah, right. That cyst only flares up when they're losing, though, right? I see him on the set of that Fox pregame show. Looks healthy as a horse. No problems with the brain cyst sitting on the set of the Fox show. Only when he's losing football games. Brain cyst. Jesus Christ. You know it. Look, you know it's bad when even your own fan base turns on you. Like even a lot of the Ohio State Buckeye fans, they don't like Urban Meyer anymore. Like they loved him. You know, he won a national championship. You know, the whole thing. But even they're like, oh yeah, this guy's kind of a tool. After that whole thing that went down at Jacksonville with the girl at the bar, which is. You know what? He might have a brain cyst because that was some dumbass shit to do. Does he really think? I mean, how naive do you have to be to know that you're Urban Meyer? You're famous. Not only are you Urban Meyer and you're famous, but you're in a bar in Columbus, the city that you're most famous in anywhere in the world. You're not any more famous than you are in Columbus, Ohio, if you're Urban Meyer. And the naivete of him to not think that somebody with a cell phone is recording his every move. I mean, what an idiot. He might have a brain cyst. It's affecting his train of thought, his decision making. At least have the common decency like everybody else to go to a strip club and get a private dance where there are no cameras. Even I know that. And I'm not even famous. Oh, I did. I told him I did get recognized in Publix yesterday. That was weird. That's always weird whenever I'm out and people recognize me from YouTube. At one time, me and my wife were out to brunch, like on a Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon. And this guy walks right over to our table. And he's like, hey, are you Pigskin Pete? I was like, yeah. He's like, what are you doing, man? I'm like, nothing. Just having lunch with my family, dude. And he was nice and everything. But yeah, yesterday in Publix, this guy goes, Pigskin Pete? And I turn around. And he's like, that is you. I said, yeah. He said he was a Clemson alum. He said, I'm a Clemson alum, man. I love your videos. I said, okay, thank you. What a rookie move. Yeah. All right. That'll do it for the news today, I think. Let's see who we got on here. Oh, we got the Samstorm show, man. And we've got our Tater Man in a foreign land, Volusia Orange.
Hey, your boyfriend knows this.
Yeah.
You got me on. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, Pete? So, Pete, I hope that I have the opportunity to harass you in America one day.
Huh?
I said, I hope I have the opportunity to harass you in America one day.
Oh, but you wouldn't be harassing me.
Oh, I would embarrass you, though.
I will sit on your birthday cake and fart.
What's this picture? Is that Danny Ford?
How you doing, man? It is Coach Danny Ford. That's right.
That's a weird picture there. And of course, we're on.
He was upset that day.
I believe this might be the first time we've had a Gamecock on the Midday show, because I don't think Jackpot's ever come on the Midday show before.
I'm usually asleep
like
this time.
You're usually asleep?
Yeah, usually. I work third shift, so.
I would say I'll allow it, but it's your show, Pete, so you'll allow it, I guess.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
All right.
It's National Signing Day. Just because you don't know who Clemson's recruiting doesn't mean I don't know who Carolina's recruiting.
Who are they?
Yeah, okay. Good luck with that. Yeah.
I watched your video last night, and you were like, I don't even know who we're recruiting. Can somebody comment in the comment section and tell me who we're recruiting?
I don't follow recruiting.
God.
I don't follow recruiting until they sign.
We've recruited our people.
I know who. I know.
We've already recruited our people. We don't need to pick up the scraps. You understand?
I know, but I thought it was funny. I was laughing at you. I was like, you don't even know what the hell's going on today.
No, I don't. I have no idea.
We've already signed our class.
Yeah.
Pete, we've already signed our class, and we don't have to worry about the scraps. So we don't. This is not
right. And that was my question. Is there anybody that we're looking to sign today? And I guess the answer is no. So.
No,
By the way, I agree with your take on the whole zoo animal monkey thing.
Yeah.
100%. Like, don't take them home.
Yeah, come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing, guys? What are we doing, guys?
Like somebody stole them from the zoo.
Yeah, this guy.
What the fuck?
I'm surprised that wasn't in the news story today.
That should have been huge news.
Well, it was.
I saw it over here, man.
They even got the guy on camera. So like, I think he's been identified, or at least there's a picture of him, the guy who stole the monkeys. But
what, as a means to what end is my question. Like, what are you trying to do? Start a new AIDS virus? What the fuck are you doing?
No, I'm telling you, these were called Tamarian monkeys. So it's not like a regular monkey. I think they're maybe an endangered or rare type of monkey. So they're probably worth a lot of money. And there's people out there that are idiots that will buy this thing, pay a lot of money for it, so they can have it in their freaking house.
Man.
I'm getting mad again. Here, 2 monkeys taken from Dallas Zoo are found. Oh, they found the damn monkeys. Look at this.
Found them. Yeah, they found them. They brought them back.
I didn't know that.
Like in the last day or two. Yeah, they found them.
Here, the Emperor Tamarian monkeys were reported missing on Monday, the latest bizarre incident of the zoo this month. After getting a tip, the police found them on Tuesday in a closet at a house 15 miles away.
In a closet?
What the hell?
Yeah, I feel like I'm glad that they found the monkeys. The only bad thing is that the monkeys didn't rip their kidnappers' nuts off. You know what I mean?
Rick says monkeys go for 2 Bitcoins on the marketplace.
What the fuck, dude? Can we not respect? Dude, listen, at the end of the day, we are animals. We are evolved monkeys, right? Can we not respect
Our elders?
species? What are we doing, man?
I think we should respect all wildlife, and the best way you can respect them is by not having them as pets. But look at this thing.
By leaving them the fuck alone.
Yeah, leave them
bro.
alone.
Leave them the fuck alone.
Look, I don't have any problem with.
By the way, I'm against zoos. I'm against the concept of zoos anyway. Just leave them alone.
Yeah, I am too. Zoos are terrible. Zoos are terrible. SeaWorld's the worst.
I don't like SeaWorld.
Zoos are prisons for
SeaWorld is the worst.
I admittedly take my kids to the zoo, but
and look, I've been.
But then when an animal escapes the zoo and murders you, are you shocked? Should you be shocked by that?
Yeah, remember what they did?
When an orca, aka a killer whale, kills you, should we be surprised by that?
I mean, no, but I don't go like pissing all the zoo animals off. So.
Well, these SeaWorld type places, they are the worst. They capture these healthy animals. Like they're not rescuing orcas. They go and capture these animals in the wild, and throw them in a swimming pool, and they drug them up with all kinds of shit so that they're calm. It's a total disaster.
You know how they tried to do the great white sharks, and granted that's a killing machine. You don't want to be out there in the ocean with a great white anywhere near you, but at the same time, it was pretty damn terrible to even attempt to grab them and put them in tanks and let's see what happens, and then they all die. Every single one of them died.
So I have zero problem with conservationists, people that or these organizations that go out and find animals that are injured or about to die or whatever, and they rehabilitate them and then put them back into their normal living environment. But this whole thing where you just capture an animal and it lives the rest of its life in a cage, that's just inhumane, even for animals.
It sounds like slavery to me.
It is.
Slavery, isn't it?
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
You can't even argue with that.
No. It's sad.
All right, so getting back to football.
Yeah, but hold on real quick. Look at this monkey here. Yeah. Look at the picture of the monkey. If you can see YouTube.
Yeah, it's a pretty wild-looking monkey.
It looks like... It looks like a monkey with a big time, like a handlebar mustache.
I was going to say, it's got a huge mustache.
It's a crazy looking monkey, dude. The Emperor Temerian monkey. There you go. They found him.
Rick, you got to let the hamster go, man. I mean, it's inhumane.
A hamster.
So, Pete, I got to ask you, have you ever seen a YouTuber called Tier Zoo?
Tier Zoo? No.
TIER, like tier. So he
TIER
ranks the animals. He ranks animals in a certain class or a certain genus in terms of their tiers, right? From S tier to A tier to B tier to C tier.
Is it based on their intelligence or something?
It was a number of different statistics. Basically, he treats the natural world as if it's a video game, right? And so you can choose your build, right? And you can choose a great build or a poor build, and he ranks the builds that you can choose. It's a good channel. Anyone knows what I'm talking about?
Well, I'm looking at his page right now. Tier Zoo. It's got 3 million subscribers.
Tier Zoo.
Yeah.
A very good channel. Very good channel.
This looks wild.
It's fantastic. It's hilarious and funny, and also very enlightening, and also scientifically accurate. It's good.
I'll check that out. Let me subscribe to him so I don't forget.
It treats animals like they're Super Smash Brothers characters, and it's good.
Okay, I got you. It says, hello everyone, welcome to Tier Zoo, the web show that seeks to analyze the meta to determine the best current builds. Okay.
Right.
So
Sandstorm, meaning the world, and
Sandstorm, man, you said you're normally sleeping at this time. What do you have? Some sort of you work like a third shift job or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I work third shift. I drive a truck locally for a plant, and it pays way too good to just quit with the benefits and all.
So what are your normal working hours?
I usually go in at 8 o'clock and then get off around 5 a.m.
Oh.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, that sucks.
I mean, it sounds like it sucks, but then the money is just, I make $400 a night. So.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'll take it.
So
Yes.
I just had an interview with some guys in the port of Shanghai who just got off a boat, right, a cargo ship, and they were on the ship for 6 months straight. And I talked to this Romanian dude, right, and he had been on the ship 6 months on, 6 months off for like, I don't know, 10 years, 12 years, and he was saying, you know, he made good money and all that, but he was about ready because his kid's about 2-3 years old, and he was about ready to quit. You know what I mean? So I'm not judgmental or anything. I'm just asking, like, you know, if you're working a night shift job, like, what is your sort of mentality about that? Like, that's not something that you plan to do until you're old, right? I'm not being condescending. I'm just asking.
I mean, I don't know, because I mean, it works with everything that I do right now. So I don't really like. I definitely don't like driving during the day, and especially in a big rig, because the traffic is horrible and I make less money.
Well, let me ask you this, because I think this has a lot to do with it too. And you don't have to give me any personal information that you don't feel comfortable giving. But I mean, what's your living situation as far as, are you married? Do you have kids?
I'm going through a divorce right now. But I do have kids.
So, all right. So you have kids, but you're single right now.
Pretty much, yeah. I got 2 older kids from a previous marriage, got custody of them, and currently going through the divorce thing to get custody of my other one.
Man, I'm sorry.
I mean, it is what it is. It's life, man.
I know. I can't imagine having to go through that, because I'm married and I have kids, and that would be terrible.
I mean, yeah, it sucks, but you know, I'm battle tested, so it's whatever.
Yeah, you gotta be tough, man. Stay strong. Whatever adversity comes your way, you gotta stay strong, right?
I do it for my kids, man. Like I was in the military for 8 years when I went through my first divorce, and I gave up my career so I could be a father versus, you know, enjoying 20 years of military, because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do 20 years, and I was actually stationed in Germany when she left. I was downrange from Germany, so when I came back to Germany, she was gone, and so I went through all that. But you know, as far as like, I've been an OTR trucker. I've owned several different trucks. I've made, you know, $200,000-$400,000 in a year, but I gave it all up to make sure I was home every day. Once we had the 4-year-old that I have now, and me and him were like best buddies. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my little man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like my little mini me, and you know, I'm definitely not going to go back on the road. The money to me is not worth the time away from my kids. So, you know, I just got to get through the divorce, and then, you know, he'll be home every day again like he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
At a time, man. One step at a time.
Well, I hope it all works out for you. But for the time being, it works for you. Working at night doesn't really matter. So.
Right. Like, you know, if you say long term, you know, I definitely don't see me driving at night long term. Right.
Yeah.
But for the next, say, few years or so, I mean, it works really well with the situation that I'm in, and I make really good money. It's got really good benefits. You know, I can still do YouTube on the side. I mean, the job doesn't interfere with anything.
So you can save up some cash for whatever you're trying to do in the future, right?
Right.
Yeah. I do want to ask you though, you know, I'm a guy, and I've lived in Asia for a long time, but I've never been to Europe. Like, despite some maybe negative things that happened while you were living in Germany, like, what was your experience over there like?
Yeah, that's a good question. What was Germany like?
Was negative?
First of all, what
was positive? Like,
what?
I don't really have a lot of negative things to say about Germany, other than the fact that, you know, you're not really near family or nothing.
Hold on, back up. Which city did you? So you lived on? Did you live on a base?
My question was this. My question was this. Like, negative, positive notwithstanding, like, what was your experience in Germany like? Because it's a country that I really want to visit.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I haven't had a chance. So what was your experience like?
Well, let's break it down a little bit, because you got to understand what type of person I am, of how it fit me very well, which is why I enjoyed it so much. So right. I'm a car guy, right? So I like working on cars. I like having race cars, things like that. So when I found out that I was getting the orders to Germany, I was very excited, because there's so much race history in Germany, you know, with the Autobahn, you know, the Nürburgring, which is like the biggest track in the world. There's the Michael Schumacher go-kart racing complexes, things like that. So, you know, I was there for 3 years, and yeah, we had an absolute blast. I mean, I had a Mitsubishi Evolution. I took it up to the Nürburgring and raced it. Had a great time doing that. Rented a BMW at the time and topped it out on the Autobahn at like 180 mile an hour or something. I mean, just lots of fun. Now, I didn't live on base. I lived in a little town called Kluserat, and it's on the Mosel River. It's like a wine village, just super, super beautiful. And I enjoyed it going back and forth to work every day because of the drive. I mean, it was like a 35-minute drive to work every day.
What, you mean like the scenery?
Yeah, dude, the scenery was just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
I mean, driving through little towns and villages on the way to get to the base, I mean, it was just gorgeous. And I was stationed at Spangdahlem, which is a fighter base, and we were kind of like out in the country. So we weren't near like one of the big cities or nothing. So just the whole experience for me was just wonderful because, I live in the country out here. I told Pete before I live up here near Clemson, and I don't like living in a city. So I've always kind of just been a country boy, been raised out in the country and everything. So being in the country in Germany just fit. It was natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I've had a lot of friends that I've known recently over the last couple of years who have left China to go live in Germany, and it's something that I'm not prepared to do, but a lot of them have really returned positive results. They really like this country a lot, and also my experience with Germans is very positive.
Oh, the Germans are super, super awesome, man. Very respectless. When a lot of people that have never been there, they're like, "Oh, they're still Nazis?" And it's like,
no, of course not.
Most of the Germans that didn't even know that the terrible things that were happening during World War II were even happening. Like, there's so many older German people that I talked to, and they were like, "We didn't even know the Nazis were doing that."
Yeah, I mean, it's not like
when you meet an average German, they're cool as hell. Like almost to a T. Every German that I've met, whether they're older, younger, or middle aged, or my age, or whatever, they're unbelievably cool people.
Is it true what they say about the women?
What do you mean?
Well, the stereotypical German woman. Beautiful blonde hair, big boobs. No.
I had a running joke that I used to say that all of the Vikings must have came to Germany and took all the beautiful women.
Damn.
They're not that bad, but
damn.
Our German.
I get what you're saying, but see, I did a bunch of TDYs while I was there. One of them was to Poland. It was a presidential mission to Poland. Now, holy crap. It felt like all the women were walking in slow motion, licking ice cream, walking up and down the street. They were so ridiculously gorgeous. I was like, oh my God, I'm moving to Poland.
Wow, I would have never known that. I've heard that about like women from like the Czech Republic. They're like the most beautiful people on the planet.
Czech Republic's got some gorgeous ones too, and then
Ukraine's another one.
Yes.
Yeah, like they show with this war going on that how every citizen basically is a soldier or whatever, so they have all these hot chicks dressed up in camos, carrying guns around.
Dude.
When I got back from my deployment, my wife and my kids were gone. They were back in the States already, and we were pretty much separated, and then we ended up getting divorced as soon as I got out. But it was like a year and a half before I got out, so I did date around some. I dated 2 different Germans, and it just I wasn't feeling it. Now, I did date a chick from Romania, from the northern area of Romania. She was, that's considered Transylvania.
Yeah.
And she was living in Germany. And dude, she was gorgeous, and she was awesome. Like, every morning would get up and make me coffee before I went to work, and my house was always spotless. And to this day, I was like, I kind of regret. I was like, I should have just brought her home with me, but I wasn't divorced yet, so it just didn't feel right,
So let me write this down. You said that shit Romanian?
Oh, dude, Romanian, yeah, it's cute.
I mean, look. At the end of the day, there are always complications that are going to come, and you can talk to Traveling Fools about this because he knows better than I do.
Yes, all
But there
Romanians
are
vampires.
always complications that come with an intercultural marriage, right? And I just got married to a Chinese girl last month. We actually just got married last month. But
Is that where Transylvania is?
they're just
Yeah, Transylvania is the whole northern half of Romania.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that. I thought Transylvania was like a city.
Nah, it's the whole northern half.
Oh,
yeah. That's where Dracula comes from.
yeah, Dracula.
Yeah. Yeah, all Romanians are vampires because that bitch would stab all night.
She never went
And
to sleep.
sucked your blood while you were sleeping. Yes, but
I don't know, but she'd suck something else.
oh,
LW says he's learned a lot about German women on certain websites. Very interesting ladies, he says. Yeah, I know what website you're talking about.
Scheiße.
Another thing that killed me with the German chicks was the accent. The German accent is very, very harsh.
Yeah.
So
it's not very sexy.
no, it's not. It's not really. It's not.
It's like the
sexy at
opposite
all.
of like a Latin American accent.
Exactly. So like when you hear a German woman talk, you're like, oh my God, that's really not a turn on. And then you would hear like this Romanian woman talk or Polish or whatever, Czech Republic.
Yeah.
And I would be like, man, that she just sounds really sexy, you know? And then you go back and you hear a German woman talk and you're like, that's not attractive at all.
Oh, so let me ask you this.
Interestingly,
You must have been able to attend Oktoberfest then while you were there.
Oh, dude, yeah. And so you got to think, I'm
What was
up
that
here in
like?
Seneca. It was different because, you know, I live in Seneca, so I'm right here by Walhalla that has an Oktoberfest every year. So I grew up going to Oktoberfest every single year. So when I got to Germany, and then there was like, you know, it's the real Oktoberfest because you're in Germany. Man, it's like a whole different thing there, man. I mean,
I bet.
So you mean to tell me that the Oktoberfest in Munich, Germany, is different than that in Walhalla, South Carolina?
it's very, very different. But I didn't go to Munich for Oktoberfest. I went to, well, I mean, they have Oktoberfest in the whole country. So
Yeah.
I went to
shit, dude.
I forget the name of the town I went to, but I went to this one town and I mean, just drinking everywhere. I mean, just tons of German beer.
So I mean, that's like a bucket list thing. Like that's one of the things I want to do before I die is go to Oktoberfest in Germany. I mean, that's got to be something everyone does before they die, right?
Yeah, I had a couple of bucket list items that I was able to do while I was there. One of them was Oktoberfest in Germany. Another one was going to Ireland on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, there's another one. Yeah, that's a good one. And that's
that was a good one. Because
Yeah.
You're American, so they're like, oh, you're American? Free beer.
Oh, really?
Just giving free beer in Ireland.
Well, I'm Irish, but both of my parents are Irish, so I'm 100% Irish. So that's my homeland. I need to.
You might be Irish, but to them, you're American.
Yeah, I know.
Pete, you're not Irish. You're American, bro.
I'm talking about my ethnicity or whatever, my bloodline. I understand I'm American. I'm not an idiot. I know I'm not actually Irish.
You know what you are, Pete?
Yeah.
Pete, you're white. You're white.
White.
That's what you are.
Ultra Mega Dog Beer Fest is just a movie, man. They
I don't identify as white. I identify as tan. Anyway,
I identify as an attack helicopter.
that's one of my bucket list.
As an attack helicopter.
The other bucket list is to go and look. I want to preface this by saying I don't want to participate in this event. I just want to go view people participate in this event, and that event is the running with the Bulls in Spain in Madrid.
Oh, I wanted to do that and I missed it because I got out.
Now I would never do it because you got to be out of your mind.
No, I wasn't
do
going to
it.
participate in it, but I wanted to
You
go
gonna
watch
skydive,
it.
Pete?
Yeah.
I wanted to go watch it.
Skydiving is less
Skydiving
is less dangerous than running with a bull. I'm sorry.
Probably right, actually.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Skydiving is less dangerous.
I think you're right. Yeah.
But yeah, that was something that I wanted to do, and I actually had plans to go to Spain during that, and I missed out on it because I got out of the military. So that kind of sucked that I missed out on that.
So you've been all over Europe then.
Yeah, I went everywhere, dude. I was in Bulgaria for a month, Romania for a month.
See, that's the thing that's great about Europe is that America's so big and spread out, and most of it's empty. And there's long distances between major metropolitan areas. But in Europe, you can just get on a train and be in another country in 30 minutes.
Well, that's true. I mean, you got to think of it like this, though. America is pretty culturally diverse for what it is. I mean, it's a big nation, and
That's true.
the Northeast is very different from the Southeast.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
very, very different from the Midwest, which is very different from the Southwest. I mean, it's all different, right? But
Yes.
in Europe,
Correct.
instead of it being states, it's countries.
Where
Yeah.
they speak different languages.
Exactly. Now, granted, they mostly all speak English now, so that really wasn't
Correct.
a major problem to communicate because they all pretty much speak. They're all taught English, whereas here in America, it's like taking a foreign language is optional, and most of the time it's just Spanish. But over there, they all get taught English, so they all know how to speak English. Even
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they don't. They know how to.
But
speak
let's be fair. Let's be fair. They didn't know what the fuck you were talking about with your Southern drawl, right?
Yeah, I got it. Well, the thing was, the funny thing about that is, yes, I still had a Southern drawl, but not as strong as it used to be when I was younger. And then obviously it's gotten a lot thicker since
true.
I came back home.
Yeah.
So I actually had a few times when I would be on base and people would be like, Sergeant Kane, where are you from? And I'd be like, South Carolina. And they're like, man, you don't even sound Southern. And I was like, well, I mean, I was born and raised in South Carolina.
You definitely sound Southern to me. I'm from
Well,
here.
it's a lot thicker now.
Sir.
It holds
Oh.
Listen, man. You sound Southern as fuck. Look, I'm from Florida. I'm from North Florida, but I don't have
You
a
sound
Southern
like
accent.
you're from Jersey.
Yeah, no, first
Well, I
of all,
don't-
fuck you.
I don't
Second
think
of all,
I don't think
fuck
I have a Southern accent either, but I guess
you don't, Pete.
I don't. But see, both of my parents are from Pennsylvania. That's why.
That's why, yeah.
I mean, I'm from here. I was born here, but
yeah.
I was raised by Northern parents, so that's how I learned to talk.
But I know I sound really Southern now. It's just I was in the military for so long, and I joined when I was 18. That over time it had faded away quite a bit, and then I got out in 2012. So since I've been home for 11 years now. It's obviously gotten thick all over again.
Yeah.
Right. No, Pete. No, I always I kind of wondered why you didn't have a Southern accent. Actually, I'm the same as you. My mother's from Boston. My father's from Detroit. Now I grew up in Florida. I grew up in North Florida. But at the same time, I don't have really a Southern accent per se, despite the fact that I lived in South Carolina, going to Clemson for a number of years.
Yeah,
But
it's
I
funny
don't really
too
have
because
a
I grew up
Southern
around a lot of people that did have Southern accents, and a lot of times you kind of adopt what the people that you're around, the way that they
Right.
talk, and I guess I never did. I don't know.
I think
I kinda wish I did have a
the more
Southern
time I
accent.
spend around my Clemson classmates, the more Southern accent comes out of me, but not really.
I should just go ahead and start talking with a Southern accent. First of all,
Don't fake it.
Let's talk about our family.
What you talking about,
Ryan
Mike?
Kelly and our family.
fuck that. I'm gonna start talking like this all the time. Now you can't do nothing about it.
Oh my God.
Ryan Kelly.
That sounded
Ryan
so
Kelly, come
cheesy.
down. We're coming down to LSU for our
Sir,
family.
Have you heard my Dabo Sweeney when he called the child support office in Ohio? Now talk about a bad Southern accent. That was basically the one I just did.
That's funny.
Oh God.
Oh, my Lord.
Can we not? Never mind. Can we not?
But I kind of wish I did. In all seriousness, I wish I kind of did grow up with a Southern accent. First of all, chicks dig it. You know what I mean? Women love guys with a Southern drawl.
Only the foreigners do.
Yeah. Well, and Northern women do too. I think because they're not used to hearing it.
Dude, no. Northern women, any Northern woman I talk to, she's like, you sound very uneducated.
Oh,
I'm like,
uneducated, that whole thing.
fuck
Yeah.
You too. How about that?
Yeah. Oh, you're from
Bro,
South Carolina. You must be an
listen.
idiot. Yeah. Right.
Listen, man, I had a good friend of mine. His name is Alan Duffy. He was from Ireland, and he lived in Atlanta, right? He opened a bar, an Irish bar in Atlanta. He's an Irishman, like full-on Irish accent, right? In the 90s. And holy shit, the pussy he caught in the state of Georgia, in the city of Atlanta. Oh my God, man.
So
Wow.
that's funny we're talking about that because I was on Traveling Full Stream a couple weeks ago. Anyway, there was a guy on there that was live with us, and he was live and he lived in Australia. And of course, he had a thick Australian accent. And I asked him, I said, and he said he'd never been out of the country. He's always been in Australia his entire life. And I said, let me ask you a question. I said,
I know the guy you're talking about. Yeah.
I said, is it the same thing like for American men or most American men? It's sexy when a woman has like a Latin accent or a English accent or whatever, and maybe not a German accent, but most accents are attractive because they're not American accents. I said, do Australian women find American men accents like sexy? And he said, absolutely they do. I said, well, I guess I'm moving to Australia if I get divorced.
bro. Yes and no.
Hey, he said, yeah.
To a certain degree, right? But
Oh my god.
it's true. It's true to a certain degree. But man, my mate Alan, when he lived in Atlanta in the 1990s, okay, now he's significantly older than I am. He's my father's age. When he lived in Atlanta in the 1990s, this motherfucker, like with his Irish accent, every race, every style of woman in Atlanta, he would smack. Dude, come on, man. Imagine an Irishman, right, in Atlanta, in the city of Atlanta, Georgia, in 1994. Ugh. I'm jealous.
Big Tube says, Pete.
I wish I was in his body.
He tells me to be careful. My wife might be listening. Well, I think she probably is listening. But look, we've already talked about this. We had an honest discussion with each other. She told me if something ever happens between us and we get divorced, she's going to marry a rich guy. She said, I'm going to marry a guy who's 30 years older than me, who's rich, and I'm going to quit work and I'm going to live the posh life. And I said, I'm going to marry an Asian.
Dude.
I said, I won't have to clean or cook ever again.
So, Pete, if that ever happens,
yeah,
I'll meet you in Thailand. Me, you, and Traveling Fools will meet in Thailand. All right, end of it. Right? She can go the Giselle Bundchen route, and you'll go the Tom Brady route. Right?
Yeah, I'm only marrying once for love. The second time is going to be for convenience. You know.
Yeah. Well, convenience and for something else, right?
No, no, Rick, you're right. He says, I'm trying to become Uncle Lou because you know, Battle Angel's Korean. No, I'm talking about a real, you know how I just said, hold on. You know how I just said I was Irish and you guys corrected me and said I'm American? Well, Battle Angel's not an Asian. Yes. She's an American. I'm talking about a real Asian. An Asian that lives in Asia.
Yeah, so I can teach you a little bit about that, Pete. So
yeah, all right.
You know what? I wish you the best in your marriage, and I hope this never happens.
Yeah, I hope yeah, believe me, I hope so too. By the way, tomorrow's my anniversary. Happy anniversary, honey, if you're listening.
Happy anniversary, Pete. But in the case that something happens, something unforeseen, I don't know, the apocalypse, whatever, I will be happy to bring you over here, and I'll help you out.
Yeah, I'm not planning on that anytime soon. But
yeah, no,
God willing.
No, tell her no. Yeah. Sorry, Miss Pete. I don't mean that. That's
we are so far off topic now.
Yeah, well, that's that. Look, this is what the midday.
What the fuck is the topic, man? We'd be talking shit about your shitty ass football team, dude.
Oh my goodness, coming at me hard.
Off the top rope. Yeah. Well, the midday show is that it's a topicless show, basically.
Yeah, it's
that's right. That's my point, right? If we want to gang up on you, we can. I know you guys.
Exotic women.
You didn't deserve it. You're a fucking joke of a program, and your stadium is an upside down cockroach, you lucked into one. But you know what? Enjoy winning one out of the next 13. Like, fuck you, dude.
Luck into one.
Yeah, you lucked into one. Yeah, okay.
Volusia, I don't know if you got a chance to see the ACC show last night. Probably haven't.
I did not, but
oh my God,
tell me about it.
Well, first of all, Sea-Dog.
He wasn't a part of it. They're not in the ACC.
Sea-Dog he got his wires crossed. He went completely haywire. Anyway, he got really, really defensive, and then he started messing with me, which was a bad idea.
Right.
I completely destroyed Georgia Tech's program and Sea-Dog's will to live. So just go back and listen to it.
Didn't he get attacked by a bear though?
He claims he got. Well, he claims he fought a bear. I don't know who won. I guess he won if he's still alive.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna believe that one.
Well, he's got video evidence. He's got a picture of it too.
That he fought the bear. He's got video evidence that he was slugging it out with a bear.
Well, there's a picture of it.
That doesn't mean he fought it.
We're trying to maintain our credibility here. No?
Oh, there's Sea Dog in the chat. Look, he showed up. He's like he's like Beetlejuice. You say his name 3 times and he appears.
Sea Dog, Sea Dog, Sea Dog.
Thank you, Gold and Blue Cabin, for the super chat. He says, Volusia, what happened to the Bengals? Okay, yeah, that's a good subject.
Oh,
they got robbed by a rigged game.
3 things to say. First of all, fuck your mother. Secondly, all right.
Hey-o.
All right. I want to make that clear. First of all, fuck your mother. Secondly, do not pull the flag out of your fucking pocket with 8 seconds left in the game. I understand it was a late hit. I understand that. All right. It was a late hit.
It really wasn't a hit, though.
It wasn't a hit. Thank you.
He put his hands,
sir.
He put his hands.
Look, it was a penalty. I don't know what you guys. That is going to be called 100 times out of 100, and the guy knew that. That's why he was so upset after the game, because he knew he fucked up.
I don't think that would get called every single time.
I do.
It wasn't an actual hit.
Fuck that. In the first quarter, in the second quarter, or the third quarter, I understand. It was a late hit. But with 8 seconds left in a tie game in the AFC Championship game, keep the fucking flag in your Down syndrome fucking pocket.
No.
Look, City got 5 downs on that one drive.
First of all, there's at least 5 other calls in that game that you could make a serious argument that were terrible calls. That wasn't one of them.
Entire fourth quarter, I can make an argument for the
but you're focusing on that last play because it was the last play. But that was a penalty. It should have been called. Let me ask you a question. Take your Homer shades off for a second. Take your Homer shades off for a second, Volusia. If the tables were turned and you are a Kansas City fan and not a Bengals fan, would you be saying that was a penalty or not? I know the answer to it. Yeah.
If I was a Kansas City fan, all right,
you'd be saying that was a flag and then telling everybody to shut the F up about it.
I would not. What I would say is, it is a flag. It is a penalty, but I would not be happy about the way that we won that game, right?
All right. Now, I was
the fucking flag in your fucking pocket. It's 8 seconds left. The fans of the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs, the players on those teams, we work. We watch and they work. Not we work.
Here's where I will agree with you. And this game is a good example of that, because you see it every once in a while. Is that a lot of times these referees, especially the ones in these big games, they feel like they're some kind of pseudo celebrities, and they make the game all about them instead of the game. You know what I mean?
Keep your fucking flag.
That's a problem in the NFL.
He's so mad that it's so funny.
Dude, let the teams decide the game on the field. Keep your fucking flag in your fucking pocket.
He's still mad. How long are you going to be mad about this?
You goddamn right I'm mad. Fuck that shit, dude. Keep your fucking flag in your fucking pocket. Dude, are we playing football or are we sucking cock? Are we playing football?
Jesus.
Fuck you.
In your defense, look,
Patrick Mahomes is overrated. He's a bitch. Fuck you. Fuck Ronald Trump. Fuck everybody. Fuck the NFL. Suck my dick. Kiss my ass. God damn it.
Okay.
He sounds like Chevy Chase on Christmas Vacation.
Spit again. No, one more thing to say. Fuck. That's it. Go ahead. You're up.
All right. The whole fourth quarter was extremely bad. I mean, there was a punt situation where there was 41 seconds left on the clock. It went down to 39. When they came back out the punt,
damn it.
It was 41.
He's about to break something.
2 seconds to the clock for Kansas City. You also had the drive where the play went through, and then the refs claimed that they blew it dead, but then they didn't. So then they got to redo it, and then there was a magical holding call downfield.
Okay, now hold on now. First of all,
not a hold at all.
All right, so I agree with you. I agree with you on the holding. That was bullshit.
That was not.
But the stopping on the third down was not bullshit. The clocks. Listen,
one
I
ref.
agree with you, Pete. I agree with you. Pete. The replay on the third down call.
the clock.
blow anything dead.
The clock was supposed to be a dead clock. It started running before the play, and the referee from all the way back at the in the secondary area, 20 yards down the field, started blowing his whistle and waving his arms to stop the play. It's not his fault that nobody could hear him.
None of the other refs even heard him.
Pete, I agree with you on that point.
He did the right
agree with you on
thing.
that point.
He's supposed to stop the play if there's something wrong with the clock.
Regardless of disagreeing on that one play, the very next play, that was a bullshit holding call.
That was a bullshit holding call, and also they were calling a lot of if you look at Patrick Mahomes with a sideways smile, they'll call a roughing the passer on you. But Joe Burrow's getting pushed around.
What made him so special?
I don't know either. But Joe Burrow on that last drive, I was it the last drive or the second to last drive? I think it might have been the second to last drive. But he clearly got hit way late and pushed to the ground. Which if that would have happened to Mahomes, it would have definitely been a flag, and they didn't call it on them. I don't know what that.
Fuck! If it would have happened to Tom Brady, he would have been ejected.
There's certain quarterbacks that
at this point. No, listen, dude. As a lifelong Bengals fan, at this point, I'm exhausted. I'm angry. I'm hurt. Here's what I gotta say. I'm just gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave it there. Are we playing football, or are we sucking cock? That's what I gotta say.
That's a big gap there.
I agree with Hupper Billy. I think it's rigged.
Oh no, you're not one of these people. The NFL's rigged people. Oh no.
It was so bad, dude. It was so bad. The whole fourth quarter was so bad.
Are we playing football or are we sucking cock? If the guy is half a foot out of bounds.
So hold on. Let me ask you a question.
We have to, dude.
Let me ask you a question. If the game is rigged, who was the player that hit?
Joseph Osai.
Osai. Was he in on the rigging?
No, Pete. I don't think it's rigged. I'm
talking to Sandstorm, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just know it's a lot easier to claim that it's rigged, especially when you look at the fact that you have the two quarterbacks facing each other in the Super Bowl now. You know, they both played college near each other and all that, and the storyline. You got the two brothers on each team too. I mean, the whole storyline lines up way too good. Plus, that whole fourth quarter against the Bengals, just nothing went the Bengals' way. It definitely, if it's not rigged, it sure as hell felt like it.
Sandstrom, let me say this. As a lifelong Bengals fan, I don't think it's rigged. I don't think it's rigged.
I'm not a lifelong Bengals fan, so I can't relate.
I am. I'm a lifelong Bengals fan. I've been a Clemson fan longer than a Bengals fan, but I'm a lifelong Bengals fan. I've been a Bengals fan since I was maybe 10 years old. All right. Do I think it's rigged? No. Am I just fucking angry? Yes, that's all. I'm just
so here's what is likely. I guess I don't like the verbiage of rigged or scripted or whatever people say.
I don't think it's rigged.
Here's what I mean. We know throughout history, it's been well documented that referees get involved in gambling and shit like that, and they will throw a game for their own benefit. So that's not out of the realm of possibility. So there's always that threat. But systemically as a whole, I don't believe that games are rigged or scripted.
Well, when I say rigged, I mean like the refs, probably betting or getting paid or something along those lines. I mean,
as a lifelong Bengals fan, I do not think the game was rigged. I don't think the game was rigged, but I'm just angry because I think they made a poor decision to throw that flag. I think they had a piss poor game. The referees did. I'm pissed. I'm angry. I do not think it's rigged. I don't think it's rigged, but I'm just pissed.
I feel like next week he's going to come on here and go, you know what? I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed, which is even worse.
That's right. Well, I'm not mad. I am mad.
You are very mad.
Big mad.
Yes, I am extremely mad. I'm more mad, but I'm also disappointed. And I'm fucking, God damn it, dude.
No, you're very mad.
I'm very fucking mad.
You're so far past disappointed.
Yeah, you're right. I'm fucking angry. Dude.
That's the worst when somebody says that. I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed.
It does sound worse until you hear this guy talk, and then it's like, okay, yeah, he's just really pissed.
I'm fucking angry. I am angry. I don't think it's rigged. I don't think it was a conspiracy. I don't think it was rigged. I think it was a convergence of poor decisions that fucked us in the ass. And I'm angry.
Since the Bengals are out of it, and obviously you're really mad about that, are you pulling for the Eagles now?
Fuck the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes can suck my.
Yeah,
I guess that answers your question.
I hope the Eagles drill them into the ground, fucking faggots.
Also, we got a couple of Clemson players on the Eagles team.
You said the word.
I don't know. What's the status of Cape? So, do you remember? I don't know how many of you watched the Eagles game because it was a blowout. But so there was that big, like bench clearing fight that happened, and Kayvon Wallace, the former Clemson player who plays for the Eagles, he got suplexed. Let me see if I can find a clip of this. He got absolutely suplexed by what's that guy's name? Thompson. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Don't fucking talk to me right
anyway,
now.
both Wallace and the guy who suplexed him both got ejected from the game. I don't know, and they were even discussing this live during the broadcast. They're like, I don't know what that does as far as their status. Will they be suspended for the Super Bowl or not? And I don't know. Does anybody know the status of Kayvon Wallace? Is he able to play in the Super Bowl after being ejected for getting his ass kicked on camera? That was this. First of all, whoever that guy is that suplexed him is a giant human being. This guy's probably about 360 pounds of solid. He's 6'7", 360 pounds. I don't know, but he picked up. He slammed him to the ground like a rag doll. Is it? I can't remember the guy's name. Let me look it up. See if I can find it.
Here's what I think. Kevin Wallace should call him a bomb threat, and the Super Bowl should be Knicks.
It's such a call.
Bomb threat.
Fuck off.
Okay, yeah. So Kayvon Wallace and Trent Williams is the guy who suplexed him. All right, so news about
Where
Kayvon.
the hell did you find this guy? This guy's great.
Who? Volusia?
Yeah.
Oh, he found me. He found me. He's a Clemson alum, so that's how he found this channel. Yeah.
I'm a Clemson man.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Now, when I was born in '85, so that I was 10 years old, the inaugural season of the Panthers, and I went to every single home game because back then my dad was a politician, so we went to every single home game for the Panthers at Clemson Memorial. So I guess I'm a Panthers fan, but I don't really watch the NFL.
Well, I'm a Panthers fan, except they're well, you know how we were just talking about it earlier. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. That's the level I'm at with the Panthers. First of all, I am mad.
Well, I'm very disappointed in the Panthers.
I'm very disappointed, and David Tepper doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
No,
he doesn't know what he's doing. He might be one of the worst. He might be one of if he's not the worst, he's right up there in the pantheon, the Mount Rushmore of the worst owners in the NFL. He doesn't know what he's doing.
I'm still flabbergasted.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Confused.
He's got a lot of money.
He's a hedge fund guy.
A whole lot of money in this motherfucker.
He is a hedge fund guy. That does not mean this is the problem with billionaires, like Bill Gates, all of them. Elon Musk, you can put them all in the same category. Once you reach billionaire status, you're pretty much untouchable, and you feel like you feel like a superhero. You feel like you can't do anything wrong. But the problem is, just because you know how to rob people out of their mortgages and make $1 billion doesn't mean you know how to run a football franchise.
Yes.
He's right. I have one question about the Panthers though. So we draft Cam Newton. He does really well for a while. We go to a Super Bowl with him. We get rid of him. Then we bring him back and he's horrible. What the hell is happening? Like that.
It's just one bad decision after another down there.
It was so weird.
And the thing was with the Panthers is the first 20 years of their existence, they were a pretty good franchise. It all started going downhill when that old pervert started, hitting on women in the office or whatever. The original owner, Jerry.
Williamson.
you're right.
Williamson. Guys, you know what you should have done? You know what you should have done? Signed Deshaun Watson. Speaking of perverts, I'm sorry.
Just because we're Panthers fans doesn't mean we get a choice.
Yeah.
You should have signed Deshaun Watson.
I'm at this point. I really,
quarterback.
I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong. But I just have a feeling that as long as David Tepper owns that team, they're going to be they're like the new Browns now.
They're pretty terrible.
They're pretty terrible.
The Browns are going to be great.
I'm talking about the Browns for the past 20 years before this year.
He's talking about the old Browns.
Yeah, the Browns. You know the Browns. The Browns. Well,
have you ever been to Cleveland? Because I've been to Cleveland.
I have. I've never been to a Browns game, but I've been to several Cleveland Indian games.
Browns game, but I've like I told you, I'm a truck driver. So
yeah, I've been to several Cleveland Indians games.
I've been to Cleveland quite a bit, and it's horrible.
I spent every summer, at least 2 weeks out of every summer in Ohio because I had an uncle there. I actually had several families.
Makes the entire state of Ohio look bad. The rest of Ohio looks nothing like Cleveland.
Well, Cincinnati's a dump. sorry, Volusia.
How did I know you was gonna take that jab?
Well, I'm not even talking about football. I'm just talking. I'm being serious.
You know I was gonna take that bait.
Yeah.
Listen, I grew up in Florida. I grew up in Daytona Beach, but I've been a Bengals fan my whole life, man. So it is what it is. No, Cincinnati actually is a dump.
it is what it is. It's a blue collar town. It's not really a dump. It's just it's a blue collar town.
Well, my dad was a Cowboys fan, and I still don't understand that one.
I wonder if I show this. If I show this clip of Kayvon Wallace getting suplexed by this 49ers player, will I get shut down? I don't even know.
Been shut down yet today, and we've been pretty vulgar on here.
No, I'm talking about copyright violation. I'm not talking about vulgarity.
We can be as vulgar as we want to be.
Well, you know what? I just don't care. If it gets shut down, it gets shut down. It would be the first or last time.
You know what? What? Run a Weird Al clip over top of it.
Here it is, everybody. So here, I don't know if you're on StreamYard, you won't be able to hear it because I'm playing it through OBS. But here it is.
Some of the backups in, and now there's a little scrum breaking out again.
I just want to actually fast forward here. So it starts out with a scuffle between, I think it's Kayvon Wallace and one of the receivers, okay, for San Francisco. That's how it starts.
We got a couple different scrums. We got a scrum
I'm
at the
watching
bottom. The officials.
So
trying to pull it.
there you go. So I don't know why. Let's watch that again. So he just gets tired. I think he's kind of like trying to break the fight up, but nobody's listening to him. So he just really gets annoyed, and he grabs him by the back of the shoulder pad, and just slams him backwards on the ground.
Now you see big old 65 trying to pull it.
Like a child. He throws him like a child. Then after he throws him down to the ground, of course, you get reaction from the Eagles players. Then they started throwing punches back and forth.
Oh, dude, yeah, it got gnarly.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're getting serious.
And that's a giant. That number 71 he's the biggest guy on the field.
San Francisco's.
I blame Debo.
He's a huge human being.
Philadelphia has to keep their players on the bench.
If you listen to me, Kayvon Wallace, and by NFL standards, I don't know how big he is, but if you were to walk up to Kayvon Wallace, he would look like a giant person to the average person. Okay, and this guy makes him look like a child. That's how big he is.
Prepare for going forward. They can't have any of their
Kayvon is like 5'11", which is I'm 5'11".
All right, but if you've ever been around a professional athlete, they look. I mean, Kayvon Wallace is ripped. All right, and he's an NFL player for Christ's sake.
Yeah, exactly. Trent Williams is
he's a giant.
6'7", 320.
Yeah, he's a giant.
Yeah.
So but I don't know. So and they're the only two that got ejected from this game too. I don't know what Kayvon Wallace's status is as far as his eligibility for the Super Bowl. If he got suspended or just fined or what, but.
I hope Kayvon Wallace is a Super Bowl MVP. Trent Wallace.
Imagine you're the one that gets embarrassed and thrown to the ground like a rag doll, and then you get ejected too.
Yeah. I hope Kayvon is Super Bowl MVP. Debo can fuck himself. He's not in the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing here.
Such a hater.
Yeah, I am. You goddamn right I am. Goddamn right I am.
You fucking hater.
Yeah, you guys suck.
You guys suck. How about
Hey,
that?
Sandstorm guy, how excited are you that we get to hear from a joint press conference today from Dabo Swinney and Garrett Riley together? Are you excited about that? I am.
I mean, I'm going to try to cover as much as everything as I can because I'm supposed to go live here in like 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I will tell you, Sandstorm, I like Hayden Hurst.
How do you like Hurst, but you don't like Debo?
I actually like both of them.
Man. I like Hayden, dude.
I like both of them. Both of them have good stories outside of football.
I like Hayden.
So I like both of them. But so today in the brand new media center at Clemson University, we get to hear our first press conference with both Dabo Swinney and new offensive coordinator Garrett Riley. And I don't know if you've been watching. So they had a ton of recruiting visits over the past weekend, and they got I think 5 or 6 commits, almost all of them 4. So one 5-star and a bunch of 4-star guys.
I'll say this. So I looked up, since we're back on college now, I looked up your recruiting class, and you guys are ranked 11th. And what I kind of find surprising is that out of your entire class, you only have 3 in-state kids.
Well, they're ranked, I think, composite at 10th. It doesn't matter whatever it was, 10th or 11th, but that is
you guys
the
are 11th.
That is the average of Dabo Swinney over the past 15 years.
Yeah, hasn't been a problem with your fucking ass.
Oh yeah.
I'm just pointing out a factual statement that out of your entire class, you only have 3 in-states, which I find that to be a little odd.
It's really not that odd, actually. I don't know. I mean, Clemson does. Clemson recruits nationally. They recruit nationally very well. But really, Clemson, Georgia is our stomping grounds as far Georgia and Florida.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of Georgia kids.
Georgia guys, yeah. Georgia. If it weren't for Georgia, Clemson would be nobody.
You got
the state of Georgia.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Georgia kids.
Well, Pete, listen. Think about our best recruits over the last I don't know 6 years, right?
Even the last 10 years, probably. Yeah.
Deshaun Watson's from where?
Yeah, Georgia.
Trevor Lawrence, Georgia. Travis Etienne, Louisiana. Yeah. Wayne Gallman, also Georgia, right?
Yeah, a ton of Georgia people. Florida people, too. I mean, C.J. Spiller, Sammy Watkins.
Florida.
Watkins was from Florida, wasn't he?
Florida.
I mean, you go down the list. Man. Yeah, Georgia is probably the #1 recruiting state for Clemson, I'd say. Definitely.
So here's what I gotta say. We'll take our pick from South Carolina. You can have the scraps, and we'll go ahead and do our thing. It's all good.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have the conspiracy because we started recruiting California, and we went from not having any California.
When was the last time South Carolina? When was the last time the Gamecocks got a recruit from California? Excuse me. What a fucking joke.
You guys don't have anybody from California in this class.
Not in this class. I'm talking about the previous class. DJ, Bo Collins. Well, they were teammates in high school.
I was gonna say you got Georgia first, and then you got some Alabama kids, some Florida kids, and some Texas.
Yeah, but there's no California people this year.
Some California kids. We got Jackson Carter from Ohio. When was the last time South Carolina got an important recruit from anywhere?
We're cleaning up in Texas too, even before Garrett Riley.
When the hell?
How many? Hey, you're looking at it right now? I know you're about to go live in a minute. So, is there any Texas players in this class? Well, I guess. Well, I know Klubnik's from Texas, but is there any? I feel like we got maybe a cornerback that signed from somewhere in Texas, Dallas area. Is that right?
Cornerback?
I don't know. I can't remember.
You got a lineman, an offensive lineman. From Texas. You got another lineman from Texas, and then a wide receiver from Texas.
See, there's 3 right there.
That's your 3 Texas kids.
Probably next the recruiting class you'll see even more because Garrett Riley has connections obviously in the state of Texas.
Well, yeah, I would assume that Garrett Riley is probably going to recruit Texas more than what you have been.
Which is important. Texas is another one of those states.
Gamecocks are going to get some kids that have some offers from Charleston Southern, though.
God. You can't even have a real conversation with this guy. He's still so pissed off about the Bengals.
Yeah, maybe Coastal offered them too.
Hey, so what's the before you go? I have to end this show too in a minute anyway. But before you go, is there any news coming out of Columbia, South Carolina, as far as National Signing Day? Are they looking to sign anybody? Have they signed anybody? What's the deal with that? Yeah,
we got we're at the 16th ranked class right now, and I'm actually watching the live video feed from Washington D.C. where Nicholas Harbor is about to announce where he's going. And so he's on the Gamecock radar. Is that what you're telling me? Yeah, they're saying it's a 50-50 toss-up between Oregon and South Carolina.
Oregon and South Carolina, that's interesting.
He's the highest ranked recruit that's left that's not committed.
Oh, okay. So that would obviously
recruit that's going to transfer it in a year and a half. Okay.
I mean, if we want to talk about transfers, we could talk about all the transfers that come out of Clemson and none go in.
Hey man, listen, bro. You know I'm just talking shit, right? Listen, man. You know I'm just talking shit, right?
I know, but I really do got to go there because I'm supposed to be live right now. So
yeah, all right.
Listen,
and I've already got this live feed pulled up from DC. So
all right, see you later. Thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate that. I had a great conversation.
I got to go. You got to go too,
right,
man. It's
see you
good
later.
to chat with you guys. Love you guys, man.
All right, see you later, Volusia. Love you too, buddy.
See you, Pete.
Yeah.
All right.
Volusia was big mad about the Bengals still. I don't think I've ever, you know what? I don't think I've ever seen him that mad or heard him that mad. And I've heard him pretty mad before. Anyway, thanks everybody. Welcome. I mean, not welcome. Have a great day. Thank you for stopping in for the midday show. Of course, I'll be back tonight at 10 p.m. for the college football call-in show. The Wednesday night call-in shows are usually pretty good. So you'll definitely want to set your calendars and tune into that. All right, everybody. I'll see you later. Have a great day.